Hello, YouTube! We are here for the MFNSRA Avis Cup Series Season 5 roster video. Alas, after 6+ months of just sitting around doing nothing, painting cars, we are finally ready to start the season. So, yep, we have exactly 42 cars painted. We didn't paint any of the backup cars. Well, actually, we did, sort of. But, yeah, so I'm just going to go through the roster video. You'll get the first look at your paint schemes. And, yeah, also, if you are in the series, well, some of you might have forgotten, so that's a problem. But, if you are in the series, I would just like you to leave a comment of some sort in the description so that I know that you still are on YouTube and you use your account, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. So, without further ado, let's get started here with the paint scheme presentation. Here we have Jake Williams in the Dunkin' Donuts Baltimore Ravens Toyota. Yes, he's the number 0, and yes, his number is a donut. I just had to pull the trigger on that one because it's just too popular. Yeah, so he is a Toyota. Toyota is back with a stronger presence. Pichu London in the same paint scheme as last season. The only difference is that I took the rookie stripes off of the back because he is not a Wookiee. He's not a Wookiee anymore. Zach Buchanan here on the 4 with the same paint scheme for the 3rd year in a row. However, we did switch to the Chevy SS rather than the Chevy Impala. So, yeah. Greg Brown in the Monster Axe Chevy. This car is pretty good. I like the paint scheme. Yeah. Luke Martin in the Viagra Valvoline Ford. He will have 2 paint schemes because he was on the paint crew. Huge shout out to him and the others, but I'll get to them in a minute. Here is Tommy Hreineck in the Taco Bell Sunkissed, what do we got here, Chevy? Dodge. Boom. Yep. Jeremy Tacos, who will finally look for his first win of the season. He's always looking for his first win, but yeah. In the SDP Menard Chevy. Bob Fergus in the 07 Castrol GTX and Auto Plus. They jumped on board this season. Here's Kurt Gibson in the NOS GoDaddy Chevy. Mark Matthews in the 14 Hooters UPS Chevy. This was the last car to be painted, I think, actually. Levi Shones in the Troy Lee Designs Circle K Ford. We are using the new Ford Fusion and the new Toyota. Everything's new except the Pontiac. Matt Edwards in the GoPro Ford. Connor Kellis in the Vizio Hulu Plus Ford. This paint scheme is pretty popular. CJ Sorensen in the Domino's Air Jordan Chevy. Jesse Capurso, one of the first rookies that we'll see this season in the ESPN Sports Center. What is this, a Mercedes, an Audi? One of those. I think it's an Audi. Yeah. Frankie DeSarlo making the return, bumping up 1 number, same paint scheme, different number. Goes from 22 to 23. Yeah, same, all that stuff. Callum Wales, last season champion. I haven't heard from him in a while, so he can just get out. So he's not racing this season, although I painted his car. I don't know why. Jamie Smith will be returning in the same paint schemes, just on Chevy SS's. John Dillon, if he decides to get off his butt and comment, or stop racing online, and comment, this will be his ride, if he ever chooses to see it. The Armed Forces Foundation Dodge. Here is Brooklyn Nordine, first of 2 females in the Microsoft Windows 8 Audi. She also has the Kool-Aid Audi. This paint scheme is pretty cool. Aid. Carter Kozlowski in the 41 Bass Pro Shops Dasani Chevy. Carter always seems to get the best paint schemes. Don't know why. It's not any favoritism. It's just that his paint schemes just... The sponsors he has just work well together. Charles Jackson, the Hunt Brothers Pizza Klondike Toyota. The veteran will be back for another season. Here's Josiah Kopp. He is Windows 8 and Microsoft. Him and Brooklyn Nordine have reverse 2-tone paint schemes. He also will have a special Apple car and a die-cast Cars Now car. He helped on the paint crew. I salute him. He came in clutch when we needed him. Sean Galligan in the 44, back for another season. Hopefully not as bad as last one. Noah Hart in the Interstate Batteries Sony Chevy. This is a pretty Pretty good paint scheme. Josiah painted this one. Here's Sky Commons. He will not be racing this season. Dylan Young in the Outback 50. That is a Chevy. Pretty basic paint scheme, but it'll definitely stand out on the track. He is a rookie. Here is Chuck Petty back with another pretty popular paint scheme. What we got? Nesquik and Remington. He is the chocolate milk car. I think we called it the poop car, but chocolate milk works too. Here's Elijah Koufax in the Sbarro Pontiac. This was the first car that I painted, or that was painted for this season. Ryan Acosta in the 56. This was painted by Matt Edwards. He is Club Penguin and Nerf. Solid paint scheme on a Dodge. Here, ignore that it says Josiah copyright here, but Christian Gearhead, if you're watching this is your new paint scheme. You get to choose because two are painted for you. There's this one right here, and there's this paint scheme. You can pick which one you want. You are on Josiah Kopp's team. He painted both of these for you. Well, this one was your last season scheme, so yeah. Eddie Jones, wow, in the 62 YouTube Zest. Natalie Hayden's in the 72. She's back here for another season after taking a season off. Jeffrey Howe, had to paint you a new paint scheme, Jeffrey, because we lost the old file, so hopefully you won't mind a new one, although this one's pretty good, painted by Josiah. Paul Stella will be back, same paint scheme, same everything, just took the rookie stripes off. Here is Robert Piet in the only Lincoln in the field, Phillips and Starbucks, same paint scheme. He switches from the 85 to the 82. Jake Smith will not be racing this season. He's not on YouTube anymore. He actually painted this himself, so props to him for being like the only person outside of the paint crew to paint a car for themselves. Matt Earnhardt in the half and half Dale Earnhardt Sr., Dale Jr., National Guard Good Wrench Chevy. This paint scheme is pretty cool. Drew Austin, a rookie, in the Xbox 360 Jack Daniels Chevy. Austin Ogo in the Dodge/Tonino's Pizza Dodge. You see with the Evernham numbers here. Jeffrey Buckeye in the Brooklyn Nets Toyota. The black and white symbolizing Brooklyn Nets colors. Eric Burton in the Wrangler Ford. I think this is one of the better paint schemes. Yep, so he's Wrangler signed with him and just Wrangler this season. The Ferrantonator, Alex Ferranti in the Best Buy Pepsi Ford. This paint scheme is a solid paint scheme, painted by the Taco. Anthony Guerrera in the DuPont 98. He is a rookie. And Randy Carpenter in the Red Bull Falcon Tires Hyundai. One of the only Hyundais scaled back a little bit. I think there's only 2 left. And yeah. So that's it. Thanks for watching. The Bud Shootout will be this coming Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment if you're in here, if you're in the series. And should be a great season. Sorry for a little bit of a delay, but I can tell you that this season will go unharmed. This will be a full regular season, and hopefully nothing will get in the way. So comment, rate, and subscribe, and we'll see you in Daytona.